Alright guys, how you guys doing? I'm Bill. Here I go. I'm gonna get straight to my points here. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna talk about here is how Esau and Jacob were brothers who loved each other. Then I'm going to show you 2 to 3 quotes about loving your enemy and your brother, because Esau, or the so-called white people, are still brothers and we all are children of God. 3, I'm going to mention something that Paul the Apostle mentioned also about Esau and Jacob, so you guys could look at it. And 4, I'm going to mention a quote because I was insulted by the Israelites, and why is that wrong. I also didn't even mention quotes about love thy brother or neighbor, since the Israelites refused to consider white man their brother, neighbor, or even the children of God. Okay? So, also, the reason why I mention Esau as a brother is so that people can also realize that Esau, the white people, are our brothers. So basically you have this part where Esau is angry at Jacob, and they're gonna meet up and they're at war with each other, and it says, "And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men." Basically Jacob thought that Esau was coming with his army, right? And so it goes, "Esau ran to meet him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept." So Esau is white. There's no reason why we should hate our brother, since Esau loved Jacob. Jacob loved Esau in that quote, as you can see. Okay. Okay, part 2. 2 quotes to show you about loving your enemy and your brother. Because Esau, or the so-called white people, are still our brothers, and we all are children of God. And yeah, sorry I said I wasn't going to mention it, but I did. I am. Alright? So here we go. Matthew 43 through 48. "You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Are not even the tax collectors doing that? And if you greet only your own people, what are you doing more than others? Do not even pagans do that? Be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect." 1 John 4:20. "If anyone says, 'I love God,' and hates his brother, he is a liar. For he who does not love his brother whom he has seen cannot love God whom he has not seen." Now, number 3. I know I said I was going to mention Romans 9, Paul's anguish to Israel, which is about how God will love that which he did not love. But instead, I'm going to mention a few things, the things that God hates. I just want to make something clear. I'm not trying to shame you Israelites. I think that if you feel ashamed, I think it's because of out of your own ignorance. You know, that's God's way of putting you guys to shame. These are not my words. These are words from the Bible. And when I read them, I think I'm reading them to you because God wants that. And if you believe in God, if you truly believe in God, this is words from God to you guys, okay? And if you keep leaning towards hatred, understand that it's out of your own heart that you feel this type of hatred. You know, it's not good. You should not hold grudges. You should not have anger. There's so many quotes. I'm gonna just get to the point. The things that God hates. There are 6 things the Lord hates. And then when we talked about, you know, God has hatred, he says, haughty eyes, a lying tongue. And as a lying tongue, I want to say that I think that you guys hold that lying tongue. Hands that shed innocent blood. A heart that devises wicked schemes. I think that you guys are devising wicked schemes. Feet that are quick to rush into evil. I think you guys are being rushed into evil with your anger. A false witness who pears out lies, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community. Conflict in the community is something that you guys bring out. Number 1, Timothy 1:1-20. "As I urged you when I was going to Macedonia, remain at Ephesus, so that you may charge certain persons not to teach any different doctrine, nor to devote themselves to myths and endless genealogies." What is genealogies? Genes, right? So you guys are talking about stuff like that, "which promote speculations rather than the stewardship from God that is by faith. The aim of our charge is love that issues from a pure heart and a good conscience and a sincere faith." So basically, God is trying to talk about faith. God is loving and all of that stuff, right? Now, this is where God is saying to you guys. Personally, I feel that God is talking to me, to you guys, by saying this, and everyone knows this already. You're not supposed to judge anybody. It says, judge not that you be not judged. For with the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eyes? Or how can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when there is the log in your own eye? You hypocrite, first take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye. Okay, see, so you guys are basically judging ignorantly. You're not considering that you guys might be wrong. But I say to you that everyone who is angry with his brother will be liable of judgment. Whosoever insults his brother will be liable to the council, and whoever says you fool will be liable to the hell of fire. Corinthians 13:13. If I give away all I have, and if I deliver up my body to be burnt, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. See, so you guys resent the white people. You guys are arrogant and rude to people. You guys, as you already know, you stir up conflict. A few more quotes about hatred. Proverbs 10:12. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all offenses. Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Ephesians 4:29. Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouth, but only such as is good for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. Proverbs 15:12. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a fattened ox and hatred with. John 2:9. Whosoever says he is in the light and hates his brother is still in darkness. Matthew 5:23-24. So if you are offering your gift at the altar and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother and then come and offer your gift. So when you look at this in a deeper sense, it says, you have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not murder, and whoever murders will be liable to judgment. But I say to you that everyone who is angry with his brother will be liable to judgment. Whosoever insults his brother will be liable to the council, and whosoever says you fool will be liable to the hell of fire. So if you are offering your gift at the altar and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother and then come and offer your gift. Come to terms quickly with your accuser while you are going with him to court, lest your accuser hand you over to the judge and the judge to the guard and you be put in prison. Truly I say to you, you will never get out until you have paid the past penny. So basically people have something against you, and that's the people that are around you preaching to you to stop hating. You are judging. You are liable to judgment. It says, but I say to you that everyone who is angry with his brother will be liable to judgment. Whosoever insults his brother will be liable to the council. So you guys preaching your stuff it's an insult, and you have to basically speak with these Christians that are around you and get to the right point. Are you guys right, or are you guys not right? I used to honestly think of making a talk show where you have these people talking and debating. So that would be pretty cool, because you guys shouldn't be stirring up hatred. So okay, number 4. This is the last one. This is my closing. I'm gonna mention a quote because I was insulted by the Israelites. I'm gonna explain why it's wrong. I found this quote while I was speaking to them, and as they were telling me that they will not love the white man, I was looking at this quote ironically, and as I was looking at this quote, ironically they were insulting. Here's the quote. But to you who are listening, I say, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who mistreat you. If someone slaps you on one cheek, turn to them the other also. Okay, so now B. It's telling me to pray for them and bless for what they are doing. So basically they were insulting me, and I felt like it was telling me to pray for them C. It's telling them to love their enemies, those who insult them and persecute. See, they were at that moment, they were yelling at me, and I was looking up the quote. They were saying that we were being persecuted, that the white man has persecuted the Native Americans and oppressed the black people. So why should we love them and we should hate them? See? So I feel like it's telling them to love their enemies even though they are being persecuted. Alright. Hey guys, so yeah, I haven't done anything funny yet, but that's the end of my video. If you like it, subscribe. I'll make some more videos similar to this, but I want to do some funny stuff like, you guys, like, I move it over here, you see? Got some good lighting on my face. See, I could just fuck with the lighting. Yeah, so that's where that flashy thing came from earlier. It wasn't no divine thing happening there. It's just a coincidence, something coming out. Thanks for watching. No pun intended. Love and peace and love be with everyone, okay? Shouldn't be using religion for hatred, okay? That's like totally the wrong message. This is why, you know, a lot of people, atheists, hate religion and stuff like that. So just want to make that clear, you know, that if you want to preach about something, please preach about love, you know, like as you can see, Jesus is he's very loving, and if you was to send this message to the world, people would totally understand Jesus. And you know, hatred has been coming across the world, controlling people for a long time. For example, you know, you have bullies, and you get bullied, and yeah, you have to stand up to them, but you know, Jesus may seem like a passive way of being and stuff like that, but we have to still remember, you know, the love part of Jesus, and what's good about it, and not put our hearts to hatred, despite that we will defend ourselves. You know, yeah, defend yourselves when you have to, but just keep in mind the messages of God, you know. Personally, I don't, one of the things I take is that, you know, even if I was, you know, a Messiah or something, or if I was, you know, if people basically were like Jesus, or if I am gonna defend myself. And, you know, like the second coming, he's gonna come and he's gonna fight back. So I usually tell myself, you know what? The second coming is fighting back. I ain't going down this time. You know what I mean? So you don't have to basically die for what's going on. We can fight back. We are, you know, the positive people, the good people, the people of love. We need to fight back the evil energies out there. We cannot subdue and become evil because of them, because there is a lot of evil forces out there, and we do defend ourselves, but it doesn't mean that we have to turn to wickedness. So I'm just hoping that, you know, just get that last little message out there. um I wanted to do something else, so I will, but yeah, take care guys, thank you for watching.